अस्सलाम स्टूडेंट्स, आज मैं आपके लिए 100 केमिस्ट्री के 10th मैथ के क्वेश्चन लाया हूँ, शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन, जिसको करके आपने तमाम क्वेश्चन जो शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन हैं वो आपके हल हो जाएंगे। तो ये मोस्ट रिपीटेड क्वेश्चंस हैं और मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस हैं, तो इनको आप एक दफ़ा कर लें तो इंशाल्लाह आपकी केमिस्ट्री के शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन सारे के सारे कवर हो जाएंगे। तो क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट? What is active mass? Also write its unit. What are irreversible reactions? Give you characteristic for them. How can the direction of a reaction be predicted? Define the law of mass action. What is the state equilibrium? Explain with an example. Differentiate between irreversible reactions and reversible reactions. Give the characteristic of a reversible reaction. What is mean by dynamic equilibrium state? डिराइव इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट एक्सप्रेशन। उसके बाद व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन लिविस एसिड एंड बेस? राइट डाउन यूज ऑफ पीएच एंड डिफाइन कंजुगेट एंड कंजुगेट बेस, कंजुगेट एसिड एंड कंजुगेट बेस। राइट डाउन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ बेसिस। हाँ जी, व्हाट इज़ द एम्फेमेटिक सब्सटेंस? गिव एन एग्जांपल। डिफाइन ब्रोंस्टेड लॉरी acid and base. Write down the uses of sodium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide. Define neutralization reaction. Give an example. Write down the uses of sodium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide. What is mixed salt? Give an example. Define acid. Give an example. Name an acid used for the preservation of food. Define functional group with an example. Define molecular formula. Give one example. Define isomorphism. Give an example. इसके बाद अगला जो आ जाता है जी, what is an ester group? What is the vital force theory? What is mean by the term catenation? Define considered condensed formula. Define structure formula. What is Bowman-Whiter test? हाँ जी, what is why the alkynes are called paraffins? Differentiate between saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. What do you know about the hydrogenation of alkenes? Give a few uses of methane and ethene. What is the structure distillation? Give a few physical properties of alkanes. What are addition reactions? Write the uses of acetylene. What are hydrocarbons? What is the difference between glucose and fructose? Give characteristic of polystyrase. What are amino acids? What is the function of DNA? Why RNA calls messenger? Describe the sources and uses of vitamin A. Name 2 fatty acids. What is meant by the peptide linkage? Where are the protein found? उसके बाद है जी, give characteristic of monochromacid. What is the difference between he and oil? Describe 2 uses of hydrocarbons. How are the proteins formed? And उसके बाद है जी, what is the difference between essential and non-essential amino acids? Differentiate between primary and secondary air pollutants. Why is CO2 called greenhouse gas? उसके बाद ये है अगला, state the major sources of CO and CO2 यानी कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. What do you mean by greenhouse effect? Write the composition of dry air. उसके बाद है जी, what do you mean by atmosphere? What is mean by ozone? How rain acid produced? Write 4 natural system of our earth. Write 2 effects of acid rain. What are pollutants? उसके बाद है जी, point out 2 serious effects of ozone depletion. How is the ozone layer being depleted by chlorofluorocarbons, or how chlorofluorocarbons damage the ozone? CO is a hidden enemy. Explain, differentiate between soft and hard water. Write two properties of water. What are non-polar compounds insoluble? Why are non-polar compounds insoluble in water? Why is the water molecule polar? How does water rise in plants? What are the causes of the hardness in water? What is the pesticide used? How is the temporary hardness removed by Clark's method? What is density? What are the effects of temporary hardness in water? What are the disadvantages of degenerates, detergents? What is the capillary action? Define ore. What is the principle of gravity? Uh, Separation. Which raw material are required for the formulation of sodium? Define ganj and metallurgy. How is the roasting carried out? What is mean by electromagnetic separation? यार स्टूडेंट्स, आगे बढ़ने से पहले मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, इस वीडियो को लाइक करें और अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करें। तो 87 क्वेश्चन नंबर है, व्हाट इज़ बैलिस्टर कॉपर, व्हाट इज़ दी, हाउ इज़ अमोनिया रिकवर्ड इन स्लेवरी प्रोसेस, गिव द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ स्लेवरी प्रोसेस, नेम द वेरियस मेटेरियलाइजेशन ऑपरेशन, व्हाट इज़ द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्लेवरी प्रोसेस, हाउ इज़ द अमोनिया prepared for the synthesis of urea, or how is the ammonium prepared by Haber's process, why a small amount of coke is required for the something smelting process. Describe froth flotation process, what is do you mean by calculation. How is the NaCHO3 converted into Na2CO3, what are the difference between slag and mat. Write note coordination of यूरिया, डिस्क्राइब द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ यूरिया। तो उम्मीद करता हूँ कि स्टूडेंट्स आपको ये सवालात तैयार करके आप सारे के सारे शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन का कवर कर सकते हैं। ये सिर्फ 100 क्वेश्चन तैयार कर लें, इंशाल्लाह आपके तकरीबन शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन